So our next bit of work that we're going to do involves a prop. So what I need for you to do is to go and find a straw. And look, you can use a plastic one that you throw away. If you have issues with doing that, then use a reusable one, that's fine. But you do want to make sure that it is wide enough and that it's not too thin. Just a regular, this is, I don't know what size it is, but you can see. McDonald's straws are really great. I always like to keep a McDonald's straw in my car for warm-up situations. So there you go. So here's your straw. And what we're going to do is called semi-occluded vocal tract work, SOVT for short. I can give you the fanciness for all of that, but basically what this means is that we're going to occlude the vocal tract. We're going to elongate the vocal tract, but we're also occluding it. We're making it like a tube here, a little longer. That takes some of the pressure of the subglottal pressure of the air off and helps out with working through passagios. So remember that passagios are where our voice, our vocal muscles change into, you know, from going high or low, and it changes our registers, changes. So we can do things like, that is a shift. And that different muscles are now going bloop and kind of taking over. So what we want eventually is for that to be smoother and to be more like, that sounds a little smoother, but on my end, it doesn't feel very smooth. I feel like I really had to work on that. So that's what we're talking about here with the straw. The other thing that the straw is really good for is for helping you with breath. So sometimes this is a really good thing if you are tired in the morning and you haven't had a chance to sing a lot, or maybe you do have to sing and you just feel tired and that your muscles aren't working. Just doing that is making me yawn. Yawning happens in singing. It's gonna happen if you're yawning. Good on ya. All right, so we're gonna take the straw, and first we're just gonna talk about breathing. We're just gonna breathe through the straw. And I want you to notice what happens to, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm just gonna notice what happens with the lower part of your body. Sorry. So as you breathe in with the straw, so as you breathe in and out. So as you breathe out, as you exhale, you're going to see this go in, and as you breathe in, this is going to expand. Don't confuse that. Don't let that get you confused. The straw should help because you can't really go, if you're thinking about if you're drinking in a big shake, you use those lower muscles to kind of pull that air in, to pull that shake in. So I want you to think about a nice big strawberry shake and pulling that air in. And each time you breathe, I want you just to release a little bit more and allow a little bit more air to come in. So try doing that. We're gonna do that in and out. So I'm gonna do this for in and this for out so that you can see, because you might not be able to see as much with the straw. So I'll show with my hands. And so you should really feel those lower abdominal muscles activating as you're doing that. Breathing in and out, just a simple in and out exercise with the straw, just to help activate those muscles a little bit. And I already feel rejuvenated from doing that. So it's a good thing to try out in the morning or before you're ready to sing. I don't recommend, unfortunately, doing this in the car, only because I've had a couple of incidents when I had this in my mouth and I hit a bump and then the straw like scraped the roof of my mouth, and I don't recommend that. It's not fun. It's not fun. So maybe don't do it in the car, or unless the car is sitting still, because ideally you want to be holding the straw so that it doesn't go. You want that straw basically to be going toward the roof of your mouth, so that as you breathe in, you feel that cool air going down the back of your throat. That's what we're going for, okay? All right, so you can do some breathing exercises with the straw, any old straw, except for the little tiny ones. You don't want to do that. You'll asphyxiate yourself. Okay. Then the other thing you can do with the straw is you can work through the register shifts. We talked a little bit about that. So, so as I'm doing that, I have to really think about working to keep that air moving through the straw at a consistent rate so that it doesn't go something like this. If that happens, then something's going wrong and you need to readjust. So we're going to go back to we want to work to keep the consistent air flowing through that straw. If it's going like this, then that air is not consistent and it's not working for you. Then you're pulling some bad habits into that. So I want you to try to do some things. It. Now, as you're going through, what you might have heard is as I'm approaching my next passaggio, I can kind of do that if I'm not really careful. So I'm going to work. I'm really working those support muscles, those lower abdominal muscles. We'll do a few more to help you through that rough spot, and then you'll have a little bit of straw warm-up exercises to work on. Sorry. And you don't have to breathe through your straw for this particular exercise. You can open your mouth. want to make sure you're feeling that air come through your straw and that the air is not going through your nose. One more here. And then take a nice released breath as you do that. So you're working to keep that sound and airflow consistent through the straw. You're working so that when you take the straw out, then you can feel that ease and the place where it needs to be for good solid breath. So I'm going to leave you with the straw. You can also practice the straw with phrases, with musical phrases. You can use it that way as well, and that can be very helpful. But I'm going to leave you with, you find yourself a straw, go to McDonald's or wherever, keep your little straw in your folder or whatever, wash it out every once in a while, and then just enjoy that sensation of what that feels like, really connecting. You should feel like you've worked really hard after you've done this sort of thing. And happy singing.